Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kim and welcome back to Uncommonkim. Well, wasn't January a long friggin' month? I mean, while I'm recording this, it is still flipping January. This month has been incredibly long. However, I said to you guys in my January TBR, what I really wanted to do in January was to beat last year. Last year I read 3 books in January, and as of this very moment, I've read 5. I'm so happy I've beaten last year. I've kind of like thrown it in the bin that January is a bad reading month for me, because 5 is kind of average for me. It's pretty good. However, I'm now in the mindset of I want to beat last year every month. So I want to beat February last year. So in February last year I read 10 books. Now that's quite a lot for me in a month, but I'm willing to give it a go. It's not as much as a kind of thing as January was, but I would still like to beat it, and especially going in like for the rest of the year. Like March and April will be quite difficult because I know they were good reading months, but then the rest of the year was pretty shit, so it won't be as hard as we go on. But apparently I got to read 10 books this month, so we're going to use a trusted TBR jar to complete that. However, this month we also have Polarthon. So Polarthon is a readathon hosted by Jade from Jade Reads. I'll leave her announcement video linked down below, but it's basically where Jade likes to give us a few polar fantasy prompts, or just prompts in general, and this year we have a bingo board. And it's because Jade is away the first week of Feb, which is usually when she hosts it, so instead we have a whole month of Polarthon, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. The bingo board is pretty cool. I'll put it here. I'm very excited to find books to fit these. We can link prompts together and all the stuff like that. Also, Jade is trying to raise money for I think it's Save the Polar Bears, or a polar bear charity basically. So what I'm going to do for every book I read, I'm going to donate £3. So we're going to see how many books I can read in February to give to the polar bears. So I'm really excited to do this and excited to take part. I will obviously record when I read throughout the month so you guys can see that, but I'm going to use the jar as always to do that. But since I want to read 10 books, we're going to pick 10 prompts just to make my life difficult. So I'm going to pick 10 prompts from the R jar and try my very best to link them to prompts to Polarthon. We'll see how that goes, but let's get started. Okay, prompt number 1. I found last month going right at the bottom was helpful, so let's do that. Here we go. Ooh. So we have a book you were meant to read last year. There's a lot of books I was meant to read last year. I'm going to have a little look and I'm going to come back and I'll show you. Okay, so I have gone for a book I was meant to read last year, but for one of the Polarthon prompts I've gone for White Cover, and I have gone for A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. I was meant to read this last year quite a few times. It's been quite a few TBRs, and I haven't meant to be reading it. It has got a white cover, and this is the like Fairy Loot edition, so this will go well for Polarthon, but also it is a book I was meant to read last year. It's a book I've been meaning to read for quite a while, to be fair. It's a Norse-inspired fantasy romance. Our heroine, Freya, possesses a drop of goddess blood. She is desperate to prove her strength and unite a fractured nation, all whilst resisting her forbidden attraction to the king's son. I'm quite into my Norse-inspired fantasies at the moment. So as you guys know, I read Shadow of the Gods last year, and Hunger of the Gods is on my TBR for January. I don't think I'm going to have time to get around to it, but I'm still really excited to read that series, and they are Norse inspired, so I'm really enjoying that vibe. So I think I'm going to enjoy this, and I've been told by many people I'm going to enjoy this. Claire, I'm looking at you. Every time I put up a poll or like I think it was 12 books and 12 anything, Claire is there and she's like, read it. I'm like, okay Claire, here you go, this is for you. You're welcome. Prompt number 2. I'm still going to do the thing of going to the bottom, because apparently going to the bottom gives me nice prompts. Here we go. Prompt number 2. Ooh, okay. We have someone else's fave. Oh, I'm going to have to think about this now. Right, hold on. Okay, that took a bit longer than I thought for some reason. But I have gone for The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. I've seen a lot of people loving it. So there's no one specifically that comes to mind for someone else's favourite. But I know a lot of people have read this and a lot of people enjoyed it. And for Polarthon, I've gone for Animal Companion, as we have like a cat with the wings. He's right there. And he is like her companion in this. I have started this in the past, but at the time I was in a slump, so it didn't really go down well. But basically, The Spell Shop is a heartwarming, cozy fantasy about stolen spell books, starting over and finding love in the unlikeliest of places. So Keela has always had trouble dealing with people, and a librarian at the Great Library of Elysium, she hasn't had to. She and her assistant Kaz, a sentient spider plant, or maybe he's a spider plant, he looks like a cat, has spent most of the last 11 years sequestered among the Empire's precious spellbooks, protecting the magic for the city's elite. But a revolution is brewing, and when the library goes up in flames, Keela and Kaz steal whatever books they can and flee to the faraway island where she grew up. To her dismay, in addition to his nosy and very handsome neighbour, she finds the town in disarray. The Empire has slowly been draining power from the island, and now Keela is determined to make things right. But opening up her spell shop comes with its own risk. The consequences of sharing her magic with commoners is death, and as Keela starts to make a place for herself among townspeople, she realises she must break down the walls she has kept so high. The vibes I was getting off of this when I did read it were great. They were great. The cozy fantasy vibes I love. So I'm very excited to read this one and to actually finish it. But I feel like this would be a nice easy book to read through the month, and hopefully help me get to 10 books. Number 3. Going to the bottom is really helping. I say this every time, but it is helping. We have a purple. We have, oh okay, we have a book by an author you have read from before, if it will focus. Oh, okay. A book by an author you have read from before. That's a lot of options. I'll be back. No, this is fine. I literally just like went, what was the prompt? The prompt was a book by someone you have read from before, and the prompt I've gone for Polarthon is Icy. Now, hold on. So I've gone for Grey Sister by Mark Lawrence. Now, if you look at the background here, doesn't that look like ice or snow? Like, you see? Icy snow. So I've gone for Icy. So this is the second book in the Ancestors trilogy. I'm sure that's what it's called. Something like that. First book being Red Sister, where we follow the lovely Nona Grey. And Nona, basically, bless her, she didn't have the best start in life, but she is one badass motherfucker. and Nona basically goes to the convent of Sweet Mercy, where she learns to become a Red Sister, and through this she makes friends, she makes enemies, she gets taught how to fight and how to look after herself, but also how to embrace her powers. And it is a great book. I gave that Red Sister 5 stars when I read it last year for Realmathon, so I kind of want to get Grey Sister in before Realmathon starts, so then for Realmathon I can read the 3rd book, which is Holy Sister. So yeah, in this again we've just followed Nona as she continues through learning at the convent of Sweet Mercy. Well, apparently she's leaving the convent of Sweet Mercy. Interesting. But yeah, I'm going for this. I'm very excited to read this. I'm getting back into my fantasy again. Thanks Iron Flame. But yeah, I'm getting quite into fantasy again, so I feel like this is going to be a very fantasy heavy TBR, even though it doesn't need to be, because halfway through February we have Literature Readathon. I'm going to do a completely separate TBR for that, so look out for that. But I feel like I'm getting in my fantasy because I know March is coming, and March is when Cassidy did Ramathon last year. So book 4. Oh, I'm gonna go for this one. Oh no, there's like 2 in there. Get out. There we go. Oh, we've got From Someone's TBR. Okay, so from someone else's TBR, I went onto Jade's Discord and I went on the Polarthon just to see if anyone's uploaded their TBR yet, and one person has. So I've stolen this from them. So this is a Sorcery and Small Magics by Mega Ducey. I also saw this is on like either Jade's best books of the year or her like honourable mentions kind of thing. So I am really intrigued by this. This is the Fairy Loot edition, and for Polarthon I'm going to go for Cozy Vibes for this, because it looks like Cozy Vibes. Simples. So a sorcerer and his longtime nemesis must team up after a forbidden spell binds them together. To find a counterspell, they must enter a forest infested with monsters and outlaws, set aside their long-standing rivalry, and navigate the spark of attraction flaring between them. So I'm assuming it's going to be like a fantasy romance, like enemies to lovers kind of thing. Sounds good to me. But yeah, Jade loved this, so I'm very excited to read it, and I love me some cozy vibes, so I feel like this is going to be quite quaint, quite cozy, looks very pretty, so we shall see. Number 5. We have this one. And this one we have, oh fuck my life, off of my self-destruct TBR. My self-destruct TBR is so old. Honestly, I think I recorded it as in like one of the first videos I ever did on this channel. This channel's nearly been here for 2 years. So let's see if I actually still, oh, I know what's on it. Oh no. I know, one of the books I remember that's on it. Oh fuck. Hold on. This has mugged me off. So I probably need to do a new self-destruct video, because all of them on it, apart from this one book, I've unhauled. I don't even know how it fits Polarthon. I haven't even looked. Hold on. I don't even know if it will. Oh, fuck. Blue. There's blue on the cover. Blue on the cover. I don't think it's cozy. We'll go for there's blue on the cover. Not that it's a blue cover, but there's blue on it. Jar, you've let me down. You have let me down. Look at the size of this fucker. Yes, I've already started it. I got 117 pages in. That was it. I don't really remember what was happening. I'm gonna have to restart from the beginning. How many fucking pages is it? Oh, 800 pages. Oh. Jesus fucking H Christ. Who's done this to me? Like, I know people enjoy it, but it's just so fucking long. But this is the blue. And that's why I'm counting for blue cover. Yeah, okay. Maybe we won't be reading 10 books this month, because how am I meant to fit that in? And this big fucker. Maybe I could like aim to read like, I don't know, 50 pages a day or something. Or 50 pages a week. I don't know. Something that just means I make progress. So, a world divided, a kingdom without an heir. An ancient enemy awakens. What is that? Oh, it's just part of the book. The House of Brethnet has ruled Innis for 1,000 years. Still unwed, Queen Sabran the Ninth must conceive a daughter to protect her realm from destruction, but assassins are creeping closer to her door. Aid Jurian is an outsider at court. Though she has risen to the position of lady-in-waiting, she is loyal to the hidden society of mages. Eid keeps a watchful eye on Sabran, secretly protecting her with forbidden magic. Across the dark sea, Tane has trained to be a dragon rider since she was a child, but is forced to make a choice that could see her life unravel. Meanwhile, the divided east and west refuse to play, and forces of chaos are rising from their sleep. The thing is, when I read the synopsis, it gives me my vibes, like my epic fantasy vibes, women in power, like badass bitches, dragon riders. Like, it sounds great. It sounds right up my street. But why is it gotta be this big though? Like, that's enough to kill someone. I could kill someone with this. Everyone ever breaks into my house, what? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you catch my vibes? Here we are. Like in a self-destruct video. How am I meant to read 10 books now? Book number 6. For God's sake. I might have to pause this and come back. I have therapy. I'm going to need it if I've got to read that book. I got therapy soon. So I might have to come back and finish this video. What a load of shit. What's the prompt? A book with a blue cover. I see now I got... I'll be back. Do you know what? My TBR game, Power of the Orange Tree, is changing to chilly vibes because it gives me the fucking chills because I've got to read it. Take it or leave it. That's what I'm doing. Then for blue cover, I'm going for the Malevolent Seven by Sebastian de Castell because this is something I actually want to read. Fuck you, Power of the Orange Tree. It really mugs me off. So I come for the Malevolent Seven by Sebastian de Castell. We love Sebastian de Castell on this channel. I'm a massive fan of the Greatcoats series, and I'm very excited to continue with Crucible Chaos and Play of Shadows. But I also need to read this, which is, as I'm aware, a standalone. And I'm very excited to read it. So, 7 powerful mages want to make the world a better place. We're going to kill them first. Oh, I understand. I just read that and went, hold on. So 7 powerful mages want to make the world a better place, but we're going to kill them first. They don't want the world to be a better place. I love Sebastian de Castell's humour and writing style. It's just a bit of me. It is just a bit of me. I fucking love that. So, picture a wizard. Go ahead. Close your eyes. There he is. See? Skinny old guy with long strangly beard. No doubt wearing iridescent silk robes that couldn't protect his frail body from a light breeze. The hat, a must too, right? Big floppy thing covered in historic symbols that would instantly show every other mage where this one gets his magic. Wouldn't want a simple steel helmet or something that might, you know, protect the part of him most needed for conjuring magical forces from being bashed in with a mace or pretty much any household object. Now open your eyes and let me show you what a real war mage looks like. But be warned, you're probably not going to like it. We're violent, angry, dangerous, broken people who sell our skills to the highest bidder. Moral or ethical considerations be damned. At least until such irritating concepts as friendships and the end of the world get in the way. My name is Cade, and I currently make my living as a mercenary wanderist. I used to have a far more noble sounding job title until I discovered the people I work for weren't quite as noble as I'd believed. Now I'm on the run, and my only friend, a homicidal thunder mage, has invited me to join him on a suicide mission against the 7 deadliest wizards on the continent. Time to recruit some very nasty people to help us on this job. Sounds phenomenal. The fact that there is humour in a synopsis instantly just pulls me in. I'm all for it. I still can't get over the prairie runs trees on my TBR. Nothing to say I'm going to read it, you know, but it's on there. It's on there. Number 7 is this one. Oh, okay. We have Wordon. Hello, I'm back. Oh Jesus. I went to therapy. Did what therapy does. And I'm back. So Wordon. The February prompt is a water word. So I've gone for The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I also got myself a caramel hot chocolate. So yeah, House Across the Lake. I've gone for lake being the water word. Don't really know what prompts this will fit for Polarthon though. Let's have a quick look. Not really anything, to be honest, but we're going to check this on here anyway, just for the sake of the prompt. So yeah, House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. So, recently widowed actress Casey Fletcher has escaped her family's lake house for peace and quiet. She's been happily losing herself and her thoughts in several bottles of bourbon until the glamorous couple across the lake catch her attention. They look so perfect, just like Casey and her husband used to be. But is anyone what they seem? Is Casey as perfect as she thinks? She has a detective sat at her kitchen table. She has a man bound and gagged upstairs. She is about to uncover a dark truth of life-changing, so life-changing that nothing will ever be the same again. I'm very excited to read this one. I'm trying to get through Riley Sager's backlist. So this is just another one I need to read, basically. And it works for lake and gets a bit of different variety of genres in there, because currently this stack is pure fantasy. Looking at you, Priory of the Orange Tree. Book number 8. I'm just gonna go like near the top. I'm feeling we should do one near the top. Oh, let's go for this orange one. So we have okay. Please. A book relating to the current season. So I'm going to say it's winter because we're currently going for a storm here in the UK. So I'm going to say it's winter, which goes with Polarthon. So I'm going to have a look and find a wintry read. Okay, this was really hard. Apparently I don't own many winter based books. So I've gone for, where's it gone? One by One by Ruth Ware, which I will order from my library. There it is. So getting snowed in at a beautiful rustic mountain chalet doesn't sound like the worst problem in the world, especially when there's a breathtaking vista, a cozy fire and a company to keep you warm. But what happens when that company is 8 of your co-workers and you can't trust any of them? When an off-site company retreat meant to promote mindfulness and collaboration goes utterly wrong when an avalanche hits, the corporate food chain becomes irrelevant and survival trumps together. Come Monday morning, how many members short will the team be? I've actually never really read anything by Ruth Ware before, but I know a lot of people really enjoy her books, so I'm going to go for that one for this. I think it's going to be quite a good read, and also I can count it for the winter read prompt for Polarthon, which is great. Okay, prompt number 9, second to last prompt. Let's go this one. Ooh, okay. We have a book published before 2020. I'm gonna have to get Goodreads for this one. Right, I'm gonna go on my want to read. I will record my screen for you guys. So we want publication year. And we need to go, oh god, now let's do it the other way around, because this is, that's long. Right, so 2025, 2024, this is going to be long. Oh, don't mind me. Okay, ooh, that could work. Explorers on Black Ice Bridge. So that's a part of the Polar Bear Explorers Club series. What else have we got? Oh, Taking of Annie Thorne. See, I really want to read that. I really want to read that. It's the last TJ Klune that I haven't... TJ Klune? It's TJ Tudor that I haven't read. Okay, we have many options. Winter House is another shout. I don't own that, but I could get it. No Exit by Taylor Adams is another shout. Oh, I don't know. I hate having to make choices. Oh, do you know what? I think I know what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Nevernight by J. Kristoff. As you have seen in some of my vlogs recently, I'm currently cataloguing all of my books. So I've made a spreadsheet and I'm putting every single book I own into said spreadsheet. And I'm going to be doing a series, probably starting next month, where I'm reading... I want to read more books than I'm buying. And I basically want to have, by the end of the year, have read more books than I have unread books on my shelves, because currently it's not good. So I'm going to go for Nevernight because it's popped up a few times as I've been doing my catalogue, and it's excited me. It's excited me. I've owned this for years. It is a TBR vet, and I'm just excited to read it. I could count this for white cover, but to be honest, I just want to read it, so I'm going to stick this on here. So, Maya Corvair is only 10 years old when she is given her first lesson in death. Destined to destroy empires, the child raised in shadows made a promise on the day she lost everything to avenge herself on those that shattered her world. But the chance to strike against such powerful enemies will be fleeting, and Mia must become a weapon without equal. Before she seeks vengeance, she must seek training among the infamous assassins of the Red Church. Inside the church's halls, Mia must prove herself against the deadliest of opponents and survive the tutelage of the murderers, liars, and demons at the heart of a murder cult. The church is no ordinary school, but Mia is no ordinary student. I'm very excited to read this one, and I do enjoy J. Kristoff's writing, as I have read Empire the Vampire and also the Illuminae files, so I do love his writing, so I'm very excited to read this one, and I have owned it for a long time. So it is probably about time I read it. So I'm going to stick this on here. Obviously, I'm not going to say I'm going to read every single book on this TBR, but I'm kind of going vibes. This is vibes. Last book. Thank God. Last book is going to be... Here we go. Oh fuck, I hate this prompt. I've said this every time. Close eyes, spin, pick a book. I hate this fucking prompt. I hate it. But for some reason I keep doing it. Right. What shelf do I do? I might do this little one here actually. Let me turn you around. I don't know if you guys ever seen this shelf, but it's just a tiny little shelf. I have like my From Blood and Ash books here, and then I have just a variety of fantasy, and I'm gonna go for this. Take my glasses off so I'm really fucking blind, and spin. 2, 3, out. 4. I hate this prompt. I think that was 5. Fuck. Right, I'm gonna go. Where's the bookshelf? Oh. Right. Okay. I'm just gonna... Okay. Yeah. I'm really fucking dizzy. Oh. Okay. Bone Shard Emperor by Andrea Stewart. Not against it. Not against it. If I'm in my fantasy area, not against it. So this is book 2 in the Bone Shard series. What's this called? Drowning Empire series. First book being Bone Shard Daughter, which I read and loved. So this is book 2. It is an epic fantasy. I'm obviously very into my epic fantasies, and I'm very excited to read this one. It is a series I want to read this year and get done, so I'm very excited to read it. Again, another big book, but obviously I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to read any of these, but they're here. They're here. If I read them, great. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. But that's my TBR. Hold on. Oh yeah. Fucking ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of these I really want to read, like these 4, and then these 4, and then One by One by Ruth Ware. It's this fucker that's just mugged me off well and truly, but I'm very excited to read these. Let me know if you've read any of these. I'd love to know your reviews. Oh my god. Yeah, let me know if you've read any of those, because I'd love to know, because I'm a nosy bitch. But yeah, that's the end of this February TBR. I will see you again for a TBR halfway through February for the Literature Readathon TBR. Woo! And obviously I'll see you for other videos throughout the month. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all very soon for another video.